What's up, metalheads? I'm Ryan.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Mexican.
What are you? I'm Polish.
I'm Italian. We're going to just start off with some rock news. Five Finger Death Punch and their highly anticipated The Wrong Side of Heaven and the Righteous Side of Hell Volume 1 album. Ivan Moody recently announced some special guests on there. You already know Rob Halford from Judas Priest will be on there. Also Maria Brink from In This Moment, which if you saw the picture I posted on our Facebook page the other day.
Saucy.
She's got some nice assets on her.
So is she going to be in Playboy, or I thought she was already in Playboy?
No, I wish she would be.
Irv has done extensive internet research, and we don't know.
Maria,
so we're going to have to subscribe to get the magazine. So. Darn.
Damn. Max Cavalera as well, and Tech Nine doing a cover of Mama Said Knock You Out, which will have metal elitists, not like us, probably really pissed off about that. But Tech Nine is, I don't know, Tech Nine's a good rapper. He's not on a label. He just kind of does what he wants, and he loves rock and metal. My roommate is obsessed with him. Loves Slipknot, loves Avenged Sevenfold, loves Surge, loves Rage. So Tech Nine's cool in my book, at least. And then Ivan Moody, lead singer, is planning on embarking on a side project after the 5th album is released and the touring is done. Five Finger guys are going to take a little time off. Moody's going to do a side project. Anderson Cooper from CNN now has his own metal theme song, joining the ranks of Dan Patrick, who now has metal heads behind them. Cryptic Murmurs, a metal band from Canada, has their own Anderson Cooper. Called like Cyborg Anderson or something like that, or Cyborg Cooper. Rob Zombie is going to bring something kind of fresh to the rock and metal world as far as concerts go. He's doing the Great American Nightmare Horror Experience and concert series. It's going to be taking place Thursday through Sundays from October 10th through November 2nd, so that three and a half week span in Pomona, California. Some other artists who are going to be there: Andrew WK, The Used, and Cottonmouth Kings. It's going to be like a horror movie experience of like House of a Thousand Corpses, Lords of Salem, movies that he's directed. You're going to have that kind of experience. You go in like almost a haunted house type setup and kind of relive those movies a little bit. So something cool he's doing. Just a funny piece of news, kind of funny. Ozzy can't remember the 90s, he says, from all the booze and the weed, and he says he's basically in a cocaine haze, and as Zach pointed out before the show, that's 10 years.
That's literally a whole decade.
It's
over a third of my life, of all of our lives.
Yeah, over a third of my life as well. Corey Taylor shared a recent excerpt from his book, A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to Heaven, about a ghost experience he had with a man in a suit walking in while he was in the shower, as he says, cleaning his filthy bits. And the man in the tuxedo walked by and then stared at him in the shower. So if you believe in ghosts and all that kind of stuff, it's probably a book that a lot of you might enjoy. And finally, Bruce Dickinson, the cock of the walk, the man that he is helping disabled people learn how to fly. He's given over 400 scholarships in his lifetime on Flight 666. So Bruce Dickinson, great man. He puts he puts his pant legs on one at a time like the rest of us, but when his pants are on, he helps disabled people learn how to fly. Zach, metal news updates.
Alright, metal news. If you didn't see the thing at Download that happened this past weekend, the band Ghost had a live camera, basically what it was. You could go into this booth, like a photo booth, and it was a live feed, and you could type to the people at Download, and they would talk back to you. It was pretty awesome.
It's cool.
So
share the feed with us.
Yeah, so maybe that'll happen more in festivals to come. At least I hope so. Andrew WK just finished the setting the world record for drumming for 24 hours in a retail store. So
in New York City.
So congrats, Andrew WK. He's gonna probably sleep and then party hard. So that's awesome. Battlecross released a new track, Flesh and Bone, which is off of their new album, War of Will, which is coming out later. Unearth switched record labels from Metal Blade to E1 Records, and apparently Mark Morton, the guitar player from Lamb of God, is going to be doing a bass solo on their new record, so keep your ears open for that. some great metal news. Shadows Fall, Hatebreed, Acacia Strain, and Battle Cross are gonna. They just announced the tour, and they're gonna be in Madison on 9/30, September 30th at the Orpheum. That's the day after my birthday. So if anyone wants to buy me a ticket for a present,
You out there.
that'd be great. But I'm definitely going to that show because Shadows Fall is like one of my favorite metal bands. So.
And GB Jost is really cool.
What?
I like GB Jost. He's cool dude.
Hatebreed, yeah, he's a good guy. Subterrestrial Black Metal: A Journey into Darkness is a book that is being written and put together, I guess, by a girl named Kaylee Black. She's funding it herself. Basically, it's a book about just like black metal artists, like being kind of normal, like doing all the same stuff we do. So
They are people.
yeah. So I think that's pretty cool, because I like black metal, and yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. Finally, Flesh God Apocalypse announced that they'll be releasing their album Labyrinth via Nuclear Blast Records on August 20th. So, I'm sure it'll rip your face off. For local news, Erroneous just released Disillusionment, a new track. So, good job, guys. Keep the new music coming. Wayland is going to be at the Hideout on Sunday. Summerfest starts this next coming week down in Milwaukee. It's literally the world's largest music festival, so you should try to go. I know there's not a lot of metal bands there.
The lineup is kind of disappointing, but there is some good stuff to go see.
Like, I don't know, I'm a fan of 311, so I'm going to probably go see them.
Rush.
Alice Cooper. Yeah, Rush is going to be.
Skillet's going to be there. I believe
Skillet.
Drowning Pool, Hollywood Undead.
Yep. Crowfly is going to be playing.
And Lewis Black, comedian.
Ah, yes. Lewis Black.
No Trace, we are going to rock the Ark the 29th.
Literally.
Next weekend.
It's gonna
So,
be fun.
yeah, it should be a weekend filled with metal and, well, I'm going to be honest, alcohol and
Good times had by
good
all.
times, yeah. Lots of headbanging. And finally, the Red Lantern, friend Carl, open bar state every week. Red Lantern, like him on Facebook. If any of you local, more like, he's looking for more, not like super heavy, like crazy metal bands, but just like, kind of hard rock bands. If you want to play and you'd be willing to play for free just to get some exposure, he would love to have you play at his bar. So message our Facebook page or whatever, and I'll give him your information, and I guarantee he'll have you play. I'm going to swing it over to my ethnically diverse friend for some upcoming shows and new music.
New music, we got a couple lyric videos. Evoked from the Fox Valley area. Just released their lyric video for With No End. Revolution Harmony, which features Serge and Devin Townsend, released their lyric video for We Are. And Buck Cherry releasing theirs for Nothing Left But Tears. Actual videos, we got Shinedown, I'll Follow You, POD's Beautiful, and as I mentioned last week, Metallica having come out at Orion Fest as Tihan.
Tihan.
There was the intro video for that I put up last week, and they just released another two songs, which were Hit the Lights and Phantom
Lord.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't know that. And just as Black Sabbath released their album last year, so did
Last week.
last week. What did I say?
Last year.
So last year. Oh wow. It feels like a year. Having released their album last week, they also released their video for End of the Beginning. And speaking of Black Sabbath, they just reached #1 in the US, the UK, and Canada, and a couple other countries. So
Fuck yeah.
Metal!
for that. A couple of songs. We got Flyleaf releasing a song with POD's Sonny Sandoval, I don't know.
Sandoval.
I guess it's Sandoval, kind of like Pablo Sandoval from the Giants, San Francisco Giants. Kung Fu Panda.
I knew a kid in high school, Sonny Sandoval, was like related to him. He's like his cousin or something.
Bullshit.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was.
That song's called Something Better. And Jane's Addiction re-releasing Jane Says for as a preview to Live in New York City, which comes out the 25th. And a little upcoming stuff. We got Twinkle Twinkle Little Rock Star something we mentioned a couple of months ago, which is just lullaby versions of like rock songs.
Which I enjoy.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They are releasing a full album of Slipknot, which comes out on the 2nd of July. And Nine Inch Nails just hired an Oscar nominee director, David Lynch, to direct a video for their song "Came Back Haunted." So, Oscar nominee director should be pretty interesting.
Hopefully, it's better than the song. Sorry.
And for upcoming shows. And for question of the week this week,
It came from an outside source.
Mr. Josted, we stole, was it a status? Just a status?
Yeah, it was a status that he had. Oh, I don't want to leave the comment. No.
Oh, bollocks.
Okay, this week's question we are borrowing from Mr. JJ himself. Said, does a band's image, and we kind of added this little one in ourselves, how they dress and carry themselves, does that change your opinion of their music or vice versa, and why? Mr. Jostad commented. Said, I think certain bands, when being seen live, have a more intense outcome of their show and seeing more of a show as opposed to listening to the music as entertaining. We all like a good show put on, fireworks, games.
It's key.
Yeah. And then you mentioned, Slipknot and the masks. Is it better to listen to them for the fact that they're in their outfits and the stage performance makes it all better? You guys just want me to go since I'm already talking?
yeah.
I'm with Josh on that. Where I'm a big guy. I love seeing flames and sparks and fireworks and all that stuff. For me, kind of how they dress. I guess a band that would kind of be outside Slipknot. I don't really care how they dress. I think Slipknot is a different animal in itself. I'm more concerned with kind of how they carry themselves on stage. Are they douchey? Are they interactive with the audience? Big thing for me is when a band says thank you after every song and the crowd goes nuts, I always think that's a band that shows how appreciative they are of everything. For me, a physical appearance isn't as much as kind of how they carry themselves. Like, we saw Asking Alexandria and they were calling us cunts the whole night. Granted, I understand you're from England, but I don't know.
Fuck you.
There's different ways to get a crowd riled up. You say crazy motherfuckers or something like that, and they're like, oh, come on, you fucking cunts, let's get going. It's like, nobody wants to be called a cunt. So, I don't know. And, we've mentioned sometimes before how Black Veil Brides kind of carried themselves on their acceptance speech. To me, that wasn't really metal, being like, oh, fuck you, you just kind of came off as whiny little bitches. Yeah, so for me, if you're cool on stage, you're interactive with the audience, and you're not being a D-bag, then to me, that's more important than kind of how you physically are dressed on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're a D-bag on stage, I'm really just not going to get into your music and be like, yeah, fuck these guys.
That's true. I agree. I agree with that. However, when it comes to like checking out kind of new bands, like, on Spotify or like Facebook or whatever, if like I hear about a new band and I go on their Facebook page and they just look like they're all just like wearing polos and they have like real scene kind of haircuts and stuff, like I'd judge them right away. To be totally honest, like if you're wearing a polo and you're trying to play metal, like I'm just gonna assume you're doing some of the crab kind of stuff, and like your music probably sucks. Sorry, but that's just how I feel. But yeah, totally. Like on stage, like saying thank you after every song. Like recently, when I saw Cellosis open up for Lamb of God, like I've had listened to them before, but just like their on stage presence, just they were like, yeah, we've never been to Milwaukee before. Thanks so much, and they were just like. They weren't like, saying like in between songs like, come on motherfuckers, all this shit, trying to get the crowd riled up. They were just playing and they just looked confident, and I don't know, they were just cool with everyone.
That's a good thing, being confident.
Yeah, it just scores points with the audience because you're not trying to be better than you are, you're just being humble and playing, heavy music. But yeah, that being said, like Black Veil Brides during their acceptance speech, they just looked like immature little bitches. Like, that's not what metal's about, so I don't know. Yeah, that's my take on it, I guess. Sorry I prejudged some bands, but let's be honest, you shouldn't wear a polo if you're playing metal on stage. And no more of the guitars up here. It's metal. We can lower them down a little bit. No more of this.
We're not Paul Rudd and I Love You Man when he plays his bass up here.
Yeah.
Ortiz.
Totes.
Totes my goats.
Okay. You don't have anything to say?
I agree with everything. Totally.
Okay.
A man of few words,
Yeah.
but powerful.
Yeah.
So for birthdays this week,
For birthdays.
I didn't see any celebrity birthdays. Except for the celebrities that are in my heart.
Aww.
Ortiz is such a charmer.
Such as my girlfriend, whose birthday is on Sunday,
How old is she gonna be?
19.
Nice.
And
Probably
Working at the pickle factory.
and my half-step uncle, Luciano Aranda, whose birthday is on
Cool name.
Friday.
I have Aaron's birthday on Sunday, so we already said that.
My two of my three roommates, Kyle and Travis, share the same exact birthday. And if you ever want to know the story of behind their birthday, I'm sure you can ask them. They'll
Their
tell you every
parents
little
fucked?
crazy coincidence.
There's the story right there.
Beer.
So Kyle and Travis are turning 25, quarter of a century. Oh, well done.
Quarter of a century.
Don't worry, I'm 26. I'm fucking old.
I'm almost 24.
Getting up there in age a little bit. Pretty soon this beard's gonna turn gray.
Well, if you're in a local band and want us to promote any of your stuff on, any of your shit on our page, just message us at
Hit the thumb.
or like us or
Actually, watch this video.
it'd be great.
Yeah.
If you have any requests for us that you want us to wear funny costumes for the next episode or anything, I'll do it. I have no problem with that.
We still gotta do a beach episode.
We'll do a beach episode or something. So yeah, interact with us and get drunk with us.
Please like us.
Come party with us.
We like you.
We'll be out on the town. sometime
Alright,
soon.
so that's the end of that. Astrovia.
Lock your doors, cars, and house.
And please, just keep it metal.